What will happen if suddenly all the animals become wild and want to harm everyone, even themselves? The idea of all animals suddenly becoming wild is a fascinating, yet terrifying concept that has captured the imagination of many people. The possibility of living in a world where every animal, including domesticated ones, are suddenly wild is a concept that has intrigued many scientists, biologists, and environmentalists. This hypothetical scenario raises a host of questions and uncertainties that have yet to be explored. In this video, we will examine the potential consequences of this hypothesis and try to answer some of the questions that arise from it. What does it mean for all animals to become wild? Before we dive into the consequences of this hypothesis, it's essential to define what it means for an animal to become wild. In general, we can describe a wild animal as any non-domesticated animal that is not under human control. Wild animals typically live in natural habitats and have evolved over thousands of years to survive in the wild without human intervention. Domesticated animals, on the other hand, have been selectively bred by humans for specific traits such as size, docility, or milk production. If all animals suddenly become wild, it means that every animal, including pets, livestock, and zoo animals, would revert to their wild counterparts. This scenario would be catastrophic for humans, as we have become dependent on domesticated animals for food, transportation, and companionship. The sudden loss of control over these animals would create chaos and could result in widespread death and destruction. The impact on ecosystems. One of the most significant consequences of all animals becoming wild would be the impact on ecosystems. Domesticated animals have a limited range and are typically confined to specific habitats, such as farms, cities, or zoos. When these animals are released into the wild, they would disrupt existing ecosystems and compete with native wildlife for food and resources. The introduction of domesticated animals into wild habitats could also result in the spread of diseases and parasites. Domesticated animals, such as dogs and cats, can carry diseases that are not present in wild animals, such as rabies or distemper. The introduction of these diseases into wild populations could have devastating consequences for local wildlife and could result in the extinction of some species. The impact on humans. The sudden loss of control over domesticated animals would have a significant impact on human society. Domesticated animals play a crucial role in human society, providing food, transportation, and companionship. The loss of these animals would create chaos and could result in widespread famine, as we have become dependent on domesticated animals for food. The sudden release of pets and zoo animals into the wild could also pose a threat to human safety. Pets that have become accustomed to human companionship may become aggressive and attack humans or other animals. Zoo animals, such as lions, tigers, and bears, would pose an even greater threat, as they are not accustomed to living in the wild and would be more likely to attack humans. The impact on agriculture. The sudden loss of control over livestock would have a significant impact on agriculture. Domesticated animals play a crucial role in modern agriculture, providing meat, milk, and other animal products. The sudden release of these animals into the wild would create chaos and could result in widespread famine. The impact on the economy. The sudden loss of control over domesticated animals would have a significant impact on the global economy. Domesticated animals play a crucial role in many industries, including agriculture, transportation, and tourism. The loss of these animals would result in significant economic losses and could lead to widespread unemployment. The impact on the environment. The sudden loss of control over domesticated animals could have a significant impact on the environment. Domesticated animals have been selectively bred for specific traits, such as size, docility, and milk production. These traits are not present in wild animals and could result in changes to the environment as the population of wild animals increases. For example, the sudden increase in the population of wild cattle could lead to overgrazing and soil erosion. The sudden increase in the population of wild pigs could lead to damage to crops and native plant species. The sudden increase in the population of feral cats could lead to the decimation of bird populations. Possible solutions. The hypothesis of all animals becoming wild is a hypothetical scenario that is unlikely to occur in reality. However, it raises important questions about our relationship with domesticated animals and our dependence on them. If we were to face a situation where domesticated animals suddenly became wild, what could we do? One possible solution would be to implement emergency measures to contain and control the animals. This could involve capturing and confining animals in secure locations or using tranquilizers to immobilize them. However, this solution would be difficult to implement on a large scale and could result in the death of many animals. Another solution would be to gradually reintroduce domesticated animals into the wild. This could involve selective breeding to produce animals that are better adapted to living in the wild or using technology to monitor and track animals to prevent them from causing harm to native wildlife. The hypothesis of all animals becoming wild is a terrifying scenario that raises important questions about our relationship with domesticated animals and our dependence on them. While this scenario is unlikely to occur in reality, it highlights the importance of responsible animal management and the need to balance our dependence on domesticated animals with the need to protect wild habitats and wildlife. If we are to avoid a situation where domesticated animals suddenly become wild, we need to take steps to ensure that our relationship with animals is sustainable and responsible. This could involve implementing better animal management practices, investing in technology to monitor and track animals, and promoting responsible pet ownership. Ultimately, it is up to us to ensure that we maintain a balance between our dependence on domesticated animals and our responsibility to protect the environment and native wildlife.